Good afternoon, my friends. I'm King Blacktooth, and welcome to this particular video. So today I want to share with you some gameplay from Ciri Nova Consume deck. Now you may just disregard that, but honestly I had so much fun with Ciri Nova Consume. Now I've played it in previous patches, but there has been a couple of cards released in the Master Mirror expansion which have really elevated it a bit, I think. Now I wanted to shout out one humble card, Pact. So that's boost an allied unit by 6 and give it doomed. This card puts in so much work for Ciri Nova Consume because you can just boost your bronzes by 6 and give them doomed so they don't go in the graveyard. And in the game to come, you're going to see a really nice strat involving Pact that I discovered, and also that we can probably elaborate more the more we play with Ciri Nova Consume. It's by no means, becoming top tier, but it's super fun. And honestly, I had a great time. So hopefully you will too when you watch it. Take care, and I'll see you again next time. Ciri Nova Consume. We just played 2 games, and they were amazing. This one looks like he's going to be a lot more offensive with the blood and the bleeding. But there's been some new cards added that's just improved the Ciri Nova really good. So we don't actually have... Oh, we do have that. We don't have anything to go with that. Okay. Okay. From 1 to meme, how meme is this deck? I'd say it's me. I'm gonna do a bit of math on you because I don't know how to answer that without the math. I'd say it's meme -2, right? It's full meme -2.
Oh, I sense trouble.
I mean, what I really like is, that card coming into the game with the expansion just improves it so much. That means I can give one of my units 6 strength, but also doom it so it doesn't go into the graveyard. If you don't know how she works, on every allied turn starts, every start of my turn, if she's the only unit in the graveyard, she comes to a random row. So basically, we just consume her over and over again. And our deck is built in such a way that we hope never to have another unit in our graveyard. And what's really nice is if we've got a unit like this, which would go to the graveyard, we can now give it 6 strength and doom it. It's so cool. Yeah, this is actually pretty competent, Cookie. The only negative is, obviously, if they put a card in the graveyard, you need to be able to get it out, otherwise your whole thing falls apart. What do you mean with barely any value? This deck is a value powerhouse, providing they don't, put a unit in the graveyard. If they do put a unit in the graveyard, we can Ozrel it. That's how you deal with it. The primary card that you use to get rid of cards in your graveyard is Mr. Lemons. You banish up to 3 cards in your graveyard. So when you've got 3 bronzes in your graveyard for round 2, you put them down and banish them all. This guy, I like this guy. He can be worth a lot of money too. Boost health by 2 for every unit more your opponent has on the battlefield. And as you can see, we're consuming a lot of our units, so she procs every turn, yeah. Providing you've got no units in your graveyard, she'll come out every turn, and then we consume her, and then we consume her, and then we consume her, and we just keep consuming her, which is really good. This bleeding's a bit of a worry, but Double 14. I mean, this is the scary bit, though, right? Oh, you got Geralt Erden. These guys are going to go all the way down to 5. Oh, you've got like a Geralt Igni. I know, man, right? It's the scary part. But... And as you can see, we're ahead in strength here. And this card is just waiting. Boosts out by 2 for every unit the opponent has more than me. So I'm looking forward to it. I considered playing that, but I'm not sure, honestly. Scorch would do. I mean, a lot of things would do. I know, man. I know. But I mean, like, the point differential is big. You know, that's what's so good about it. But like one tall removal, and suddenly I'm below him. So at this point, theoretically, I could pass, right?
Oh, I sense
To get the card advantage. I wanted to play him. Boost by 2 for every unit the opponent has more. But there's no real need to. Unless I want to push him down so he doesn't win. I guess what's more important, that I win, or, you know? What's really interesting with this, though, is if he plays to win, she will come out the graveyard on my allied turn, so I can just, because I've got no unit that goes into the graveyard here. So in round 2, she's just going to come out for free. 5 strength, I basically win on even or something. Right? Something like that. I'm really weirded out here. I'm really excited to see what happens. But I don't have to play a card in round 2. Because he's obviously gone for the win. But I won't have to play a card in round 2. So that's like 5 strength carryover. Because I don't have any bronze units in the graveyard. Because I doomed them all. Which is like amazing. Okay. I think we need, to be honest, we want to try and get some, like, him and stuff, so we don't need that many of these. Okay, great. Okay, great. So, providing he passes now, because he wants the card, he wants, like, you know, a better chance, because I've got 8 cards, I think. 3, 6, 7, 8, and he's got 6. So he'll pass, most likely. And I'll get 5 cards at the start of my turn, 5 points, and then I just pass, and then... It doesn't actually matter that much because I've got 8 cards. I guess there's a negative there. So he passes. I get 5 points.
Yield and
Pass.
save me some time.
So... That's kind of cool, right? That is amazing. I love it. And then that's going to happen again on my turn here as well. Didn't quite matter as much though, because I had 8 cards. So if I'd have played one more turn in round 1, that carryover would have meant a lot more. Because I only drew 2 cards there. So that's a learning experience. We go down to 3 cards, or he goes... Yeah, I go down to 4 cards maybe. That's going to be useful for that. I don't know about him. I guess I want more consumes, don't I? I think I do, yeah, so... Ooh, okay, just in time. Wait a minute, that's illegal. Don't you... I do get another redraw, but that's not really that important, although it turned out to be quite important, because I wanted that consume. So, for the monster player, I'm not entirely sure what I'm scared of here. We've got him at any point for free, because we've got no units in there at the minute, so that worked out really well. What we could do is we could start off by putting these down. And now, is there any reason that I should not that I should leave him on the board? Is there anything good that can come from leaving him on the board? Well, anything bad that can come? I don't think he can doom it, right? So I would normally eat it, but I think I'm going to save it on the board. And if he does something to it, then it's a learning experience for me. I got the feeling he's not going to be that good this turn. I probably, in hindsight, played him round 1, providing he kept playing, and then I could have got into the situation where round 2 that happens again, and then actually if I played him, he wouldn't have been doomed, so he would have gone into the graveyard. Now, the main thing we have to be careful of, and thing that I might do towards the end, is I'll play my golds towards the end, because actually there's no reason to do that. I mean, he banishes 3 cards, so we can get 3 cards in the graveyard, but that'll be about 3 turns that Ciri Nova won't come out. Amazing. Right, this guy. So these go onto a random road, don't they? Ideally, we want them on the melee road, but... Okay, so we've got that going. And again, we'll do sort of similar things. Where we'll consume from over here. Right. Doesn't look like we're going to get much else there. If she pops into the melee row, this is where... That's why I saved my leader ability. She goes onto the melee row. We're kind of... that's kind of bad though, right? This is a bit of a scary thing. Maybe this should definitely be used... I don't know. I really don't have much more in the way of consume anyway, do I? I could use this guy. But if she goes to the melee row, I can't really avoid it. I could have avoided it with that, obviously, because I could have... But the Ekimara... So... Okay. That gives us a little bit of time, at least.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
Draw a card. Okay. Okay, so this is a bit weirded out right now. I haven't got as many consumes as I wanted. We wanted these guys. I feel like the ghoul is not going to be very good unless I consume him. Or unless he kills him. But he wouldn't kill him really, would he? They're going to boost by 1. Right, it's going to boost by 4, right? Right, I'm feeling about getting rid of that. Actually, we do have that for it, so we don't have to worry about killing it. We can do that and hope that we get some on the melee row. Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait, we can't do that because he's in the way, right? So, we do have to take care of something else. And these kind of counteract. So maybe I'm not playing particularly well there. It's always a bit of a slog. You can see that I'm slogging through this. At least we get some value. Oh, I don't see... There's no way of me moving, is there? Give an enemy bleeding for 4 turns.
Be not afraid. This'll only hurt.
I mean, I'm feeling like we're going to lose, but he's only got 1 bleeding at the minute. You can... Okay, that's a big point play.
Oh, I sense trouble.
Hello, Dr. Shu. How you doing? Thing is, I've got more units than him now, so maybe I should have played this a lot later. Okay, this is only my like 2nd or 3rd game here, so I need to learn these things. Banish 3 cards in the opponent's graveyard. Don't see the worst, but I guess it's worth doing.
Get it to work.
Just in case he's got an Ozrael himself. Veil for 7.
Ha! Yet another horde for my collection.
5, 6, 7, 8. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's only going to be a 3 strength unit, which is pretty terrible. I got to do that now so she comes out next turn. She won't get transformed, or will she? She might get transformed. 7. So I win.
We
Perfect.
shall conquer this world as
I am a
we
winner.
countless others.
Yes! Let's fucking go. Alright, so a little sloppy towards the end. I think some of the draws were a little unfortunate getting the ghoul. Still, at least I got a 4 strength ghoul. Round 2 was amazing, but we learnt something based on round 1, how far we should have pushed to get round 2 out to be like that. We've got 69 points, which is obviously the ultimate win.